This one is from A Garden of Roses, Volume 2. It's called In My Heart. In my heart there is a feeling, one I thought lost long ago. It's been ages since I felt it beating. In my chest the garden grows. So unfamiliar this sensation, as sorrow has been all I've known. What rapture poised might overtake me? Will love move in and take its throne? Heir apparent to my flesh and bone. Raise your flag upon my soul, claim my essence as your own. For all I am is yours now, as you have saved me from the cold. All right.
Another good one.
You wouldn't think so, but he's still fun to hang around.
You're both
Thank
fun.
you, Jim.
Even though
Thank
you
Jim.
pretend not to be
It's
Jim.
very kind. Very kind. So, yeah, that is Garden of Roses Volume 2. So if you are so inclined, please go over to MaverickRoseMusic.com and check that out. We are sponsored by Rescued Wood Rehab. So we've got our friend.
Lozenge.
Our friend Lozenge. I don't know
Are you not
Lozenge,
feeling
man.
good?
Who's that?
No, just the pollen.
There's Marty from Rescue Wood Rehab. What's up, man?
Hey, Maverick, how are you? Did you have a good week?
I did have a good week, actually.
I feel like it's been a week since I saw
caught
you.
caught the eclipse. Did you? See it?
I did catch the eclipse. You're kind of like eclipse behiing the lights in this little studio here.
We
That's
look,
right.
we look
That's
better
right.
that way.
Yeah.
Covered up.
I performed this way.
Oh, well, Maverick, the Maverick Rose Music Hour is brought to you by Rescue Wood Rehab, where we will do everything from show you the eclipse to make a custom woodworking project for you.
So tell me a little bit. We've got April 21st here at Niche Wine Lounge. You got something coming up? I'll put that graphic on the.
We're gonna
on the
do
screen for
another.
everybody.
We're gonna do another wine, beer, and boards at Niche Wine Lounge, and give people an opportunity to create their own epoxy board, charcuterie board, or serving tray.
Awesome.
And
The
play
last
with some
event was very
epoxy.
successful. Yeah.
Yes, last event was very successful. No one put epoxy on their face,
That's good.
and
Jim
Jim,
wasn't
so
here.
everything was safe.
There were no face rippers last
No,
time.
no face rippers.
Jim
Everything was
wasn't
good.
here.
Yes, Jim, you are allowed to come, but just
Okay.
So,
Can't
be
touch
careful.
the
For those who are unaware, Jim made a comment several weeks back when we announced the first beer boards and epoxy thing that we had going on that he was afraid of epoxy, that he had heard that there had been some accidents.
Are you
out
afraid?
there.
Yeah.
But we can assure you that
Depends where it's applied.
Well,
the events here are held to the
that
highest
might be
safety standards,
TMI.
and we're actually doing what we can to dispel the myths on epoxy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite safe, and it's a great fun way to play with wood.
That's it. So
There's just so much there that could be said.
See, it's never me who makes fun of the joke. It's always somebody else.
That's
But
right.
yeah,
I
That's
don't know.
right.
You might have steered us.
I may have set that up.
You
let's
may
take
have
care of a
steered
little
it.
bit of business. Some of the people out there may not know. I'm Maverick. This is Darcy. That's
Hey.
Jim. And anytime out there that I say Gemini, feel free to take a little
I
sip
want to
of
know that
whatever
I think
beverage
I
you have.
started that.
Yep, there it is.
Because I think
Marty's
I first
taking
said
one right now.
Gemini.
You probably
So
did.
that's
I
right.
think
if
so.
you if
He
you
doesn't
hear
care.
Gemini, then you can go
He's
ahead and
taking
take a
all the
sip.
credit.
So. Does not matter if it is tea, water, alcoholic beverage,
Any
whatever
of it.
you got with you. You can feel free to take a sip. And the reason that comes up is because Jim and I
Which I coined.
we do occasionally do shows
doesn't
together.
care.
We play
Maverick and
music
I
go
had a
together.
gig
There you go.
Saturday.
See, it doesn't work when he
did,
says
where?
that.
At Tonic in Wake Forest. It started slow. The ball game was going, and unfortunately, our boys lost
Yeah.
to Purdue. What kind of name is Purdue?
Be careful, man.
Sounds
Some
like
Boilermakers might be watching
Is this
right
somebody's name?
it sounds like a big plop on the kitchen floor.
Oh, my
hey,
gosh,
who left that
man.
Purdue over there?
Especially
let's-
if you have a dog.
Let's head back over to Marty for just a second. He has the
All right.
cocktail of the week.
Go
So
ahead.
one of the things that we like to do here on the show is our wonderful bartender here at Niche. He's more than a bartender. He's a mixologist. He's my therapist. He does all kinds of good stuff. We got Andy in the background there. He makes us a themed drink to go with our album. And Darcy had the album. What's our album this week,
Our
Darcy?
album is Billy Joel.
Yeah?
Songs in the Attic.
Songs in the Attic.
Right
So
here.
This is the Say Goodbye to Hollywood drink. Is that what we're...
Just simply put, say goodbye.
Say goodbye. Oh,
And I would
okay.
say that if you had a few of these, you would say goodbye.
So what you're saying is if I said Gemini and you had to drink some,
What's in it?
you might get toasty.
What's in it?
I can
It's
smell it from
It's
here.
very sweet, lovely drink.
I smell some rum, I think.
always sweet.
It smells rum.
Yeah. Well, Andy's kind of a sweet guy.
Andy is a
He
sweet
is.
guy.
Yeah, he takes care of things. So.
Zinbad TV out there says, hi, y'all. That is our executive producer.
Hey, Zin.
So we want to thank...
Hey, dude.
Yep.
Cheers, in.
Yeah, man. So, and this is a friendly reminder, we do film on location here at Niche Wine Lounge in Holly Springs. So go check out nichewinelounge.com for all the wonderful things that are going on here. They do live music and entertainment 6 nights a week. So you can come on out and have a good time with us. Thank you so much, Marty. We will catch
you,
up with you a little bit
Sure,
later.
Thank you, Marty.
Less than
Yes,
a
sir.
month, Zen. Get on it.
Oh,
That's right. Oh,
we do need to promote that. We do need to promote
No,
that.
Hold that
after
back up
now.
for a second. Let's
Put it
get
back
I'll
up.
get on that camera. So this is Jim's album and band. He's the master cylinder. So we'll get the lights a
All
little.
right.
I think that's
There
very
we
cool.
go. Yeah.
So May 7th will be my 72nd birthday. Do you believe it?
72 years,
I don't
man.
look
I
a day
remember when
over
you were just.
You don't
69.
look it
70.
at all.
Yeah,
You
it's
really
wild.
don't. You don't
So-
act it.
And you'll
although I
be
don't know what
launching.
is
You'll be
72.
launching your website, which will have information about your albums. You got 10 albums in the. Well, I say in the can. 10 albums written, ready to go.
Yeah. There'll be a few samples of songs, various demos, and a couple screenplays.
I can't wait to read the screen. Are they weird?
And I'll
No,
say
it's
this.
like crime dramas.
Yes,
Oh, I
several
like
several
that.
people don't know this, but
Like
Jim is a
Dateline?
fantastic screenwriter. So
Are they like Dateline
several
murder
people
things?
that don't know that.
No, it's just action kind of. I'm not fantastic.
He
Is
is.
there-
He is. He's modest. He's
Is
actually
there
very
a character
good.
that kind of is in all the screenplays?
No,
No, they're all different.
I prefer to kill them off, like in the
Oh.
70s.
So did you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
Whoops,
yeah.
I gave it away.
I was gonna say, did you are there any female protagonists?
The
in
main character in the second screenplay called Buzzard's Luck is named,
it? Darcy?
yeah,
No way.
this was from years ago. I wrote it too.
How did you know the name Darcy? Not many people know that name.
It just seemed like a fairly unusual name. It sounded cool. I don't remember where I heard it.
Is
but
she pretty?
yeah,
Is she
She's
cool?
very
Is she a
cool.
badass?
she becomes a badass.
Oh, I like that.
That's awesome.
I like that. I'm gonna read that one first.
All right, cool.
All right.
So I noticed that both of you have these pins on.
We do.
So we'll-
You forget yours
so this-
again?
yeah, mine's in my other car. So, but these are our Maverick Rose Music Hour pins, and our first
We
40,
wear them proudly.
That's right. Our first
wear-
40 patrons that sign up on Patreon will get one. So I know there's a few of you that signed up this week. I will get those to you ASAP. But it's
Thank
the
you.
logo
Thank
there,
you.
and it's a one and done. When those are gone, we're not ordering more pins. So those are exclusive content to the patrons.
Are they gonna be
So
sold on eBay years from now for lots of money?
That's
I'll
something we can hope. We can cross our fingers.
I'll
and
sell
hope,
you mine
so.
for $8 right now.
There you go. Jim's letting you get in at the ground
go
floor.
for an even 10.
So
Go
that's
for an
right.
even 10.
But yeah, so go over to patreon.com/the Maverick Rose Music Hour.
The.
That's right.
The.
And that's where
Worth-
you want to be.
Worse than Purdue is Gonzaga. What the hell is that? Sounds like some kind of scrotal skin disease.
There were a lot of
Oh
people
my
hurt for
gosh,
Gonzaga.
bro.
Yeah, the doc
Jim,
said I got
if there's
Gonzaga.
anything that Jim does, he does two things. He helps us get demonetized,
And he
and he
alienates
alienates our fan base. And those are the two things that we really, that's what we
Please
want
don't
Jim
say
for.
anything about NC State bad.
No, I think he likes State.
I think you do.
Oh no,
Yeah.
we were doing a show and he goes, so the North Carolina boys are doing well. And I was like, that's a completely different team, man.
that
Like it's
is.
State. It's State.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, North Carolina
It's
and
UNC.
NC State are two different teams.
And
There's
that's
one good and one bad.
There's bitter rivals.
Depends on who you talk to, but
a
they
lot
are
of house
bitter rivals. They
divided
don't
here.
like each other.
A lot of
Yeah,
house
do not
divided.
like each other.
And the ladies lost too, unfortunately.
Yeah, I saw that.
But you are a big Caitlin Clark fan.
Well, I just started watching 2
He is
weeks
now.
ago. I don't know.
He
why.
wasn't 2 weeks
but
ago,
I
but
like
he
a
is
lot
now.
of these girls.
But
Paige
what-
Beckers is good. The two young the two freshmen, Hannah Hidalgo and Juju Watkins. They're great.
Yeah.
Well, tell me what you just bought because of it, though.
I bought a basketball.
I think
Oh,
that's
look
so
out.
cool,
That is cool.
yeah.
I used to shoot hoops, and I walk around the park once a day, and there's a basketball court there. So I could get a little more exercise if I shoot some hoops.
Snap. I'm
Of
about to
course,
come-
today there were 8 young girls
Yeah.
out there
Oh, look
playing.
out. That's-
I didn't
that's
want to
Hey,
fantastic.
today we're
Fantastic, man.
inspired.
That's
I'm
right.
sure. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's maybe you and I could shoot some hoops sometime. That'd be fun.
Sure.
Yeah.
We should take a video of that.
Hey,
Set it
yeah,
to music.
and put it on our Patreon.
Set it to music.
Because we've got, that's right, because we've got
What
the,
music would play while you play
if you were,
basketball?
if you were on our Patreon,
Nothing I'd like.
you get the behind the scenes
Probably
if you're
be
in
like
the
Huey
platinum
Lewis
tier,
or some
so keep
shit like
in
that.
mind.
Oh, you think Huey Lewis is good basketball music?
Maybe. It's about all it's good for.
Oh,
Snap. Oh,
I know a lot of people love.
I like
Lewis.
Huey
I
Lewis. man.
know.
That's
I
so
love
nice.
Huey Lewis.
It's
That's
too
so nice.
sanitary. It's too perfect.
It's
you
too
know?
commercial, right?
Speaking of things that are too perfect, I love a good cover song.
Okay.
What do you?
Good
Let's get
segue.
the- yeah,
good
let's
segue.
get the show going. What the
try-
hell?
Yeah, we'll get on with the show.
What
here.
about
We're
the
10
eclipse,
minutes in.
though?
So,
What am I missing about the eclipse?
So,
where everybody's
so I'll tell you, my best friend in college used to drive an Eclipse. And spent quite a bit of time in that car, and they're
That I
fantastic.
can wrap my head
Mitsubishi
around.
Motors. This is not a commercial, but I'll tell you, Mitsubishi
Yeah,
is.
because they don't make them anymore.
They don't make the Eclipse
don't think
anymore.
they
That's
do,
right.
no.
You're correct. Well, they brought it back as a SUV. It's like a crossover now, which
okay.
is kind of lame, but anyway.
Mitsubishi, I didn't
used
know
to
they were
be-
still around.
So
They
it's
do.
just
They
the
still
moon.
exist. Yeah, they make televisions too.
It's just the moon moving in front of the sun. That's the whole
right.
thing.
Pink Floyd did a whole album. You know, the sun is eclipsed by the moon. It's
You're
a whole
not
thing.
making it any better for me.
Well, I was on a flight today during the eclipse, and they didn't even mention
How
it.
was that? Did you notice it, like while you were?
No, maybe because, well, that was.
But you were coming from Florida, right? So
Yeah,
you weren't
but-
in like totality.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
So
but
it-
I'm surprised that the pilots didn't even mention it, though.
Basically,
Yeah.
it's just a less efficient version of nighttime, right?
Yes,
It's a
actually,
quick version.
yes.
It's a quick version of
It is a less efficient version of nighttime, Jim.
Marty did his own eclipse today.
I saw it. I like
Yeah,
that.
Marty's eclipse is my favorite eclipse.
Yeah. I like
Right behind.
Is he even over? Oh, yeah,
it's up
he
there
is.
with Total
Yeah.
Eclipse of the Heart.
He's
man.
acting
Oh,
like
what a
it.
good song that is.
Right.
You
Turn
hate that
around.
song, don't you? Total
But
Eclipse of the
I
Heart.
kind of like it. There's something goofy about it. I could listen to it and probably slam it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the same person who wrote all Meatloaf stuff, right?
Yes.
Oh, it's
Jim
Jim
Steinman?
Steinman.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
JS, yeah.
JS, you guys buds.
Oh, yeah. He owes me like $70-something.
Oh my gosh, man! You better
I-
get that money.
I think he's dead.
I'll still get
Probably
it. I'll get it out of his widow.
Out of his estate.
Yeah.
That's right. So we're going to talk about cover songs
All right,
tonight.
let's
That
get
is
to
something
work
that
here.
there. The segue didn't work, so now
We're
we're just going to put a
eating
hard.
up
a
time.
The
hard
segue
stop
went
in
way
there.
off
So
tangent.
It was a flaccid segue, and now we're going to go with a hard stop. So we're coming straight in with
To the covers.
To the cover songs. All right. So I am a huge fan of cover songs. Jim is
To excess.
opposed. Yeah, to excess. Jim is mostly opposed to cover songs. It has to serve a purpose. Has to serve a purpose, right?
So let's define cover songs. It's somebody, not the original artist.
An
doing
original
it.
artist, well, I would say the artist that had a hit with it. Because a lot of times you have somebody
Okay.
that came out and they put the song out and it didn't, and then whoever made it famous.
Like
So
Blinded
one
by
would
the
say-
Light kind of
right,
deal.
Right, right,
Okay.
right.
It's
Because, yeah,
tricky
nobody associates, well, I
sometimes.
don't want to say nobody. Most people don't associate that with Bruce Springsteen.
Right.
They associate it with Manfred Mann.
But he sang it first.
Right.
And he wrote it.
Yeah.
Like I Love Rock and Roll is a cover, but you don't even think of it as that. Because
Because
the
it's Joan
previous one was like someone you never heard
Yeah,
of.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
So but then anybody that does it later, it is then.
If it's-
So First Cut of the Deepest is a good example of that. Cat Stevens wrote it.
Oh.
Rod Stewart recorded it, and then Sheryl Crow did it again. So the Sheryl Crow version is a cover. I would say the Rod Stewart version is more or less the
Oh.
original.
Because I mean, I do know Sheryl Crow did it, but Rod Stewart, I think, by far did it better.
Right, and that's
Yeah.
the thing is that Rod Stewart, I would in that case say Rod Stewart was the original, even though he didn't write it.
Right.
Sheryl Crow's the cover version. So that's where we're kind of drawing the
Okay.
distinctions.
All right.
So just to set the rules for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
Rod
Come on, man.
Stewart.
What you
Hey,
got?
there's a microphone.
Oh no.
It's right
okay.
there.
I think
Yeah,
you're
he's
just joshing. I
Okay. All right.
think they're joshing.
So cover songs.
He's got his notes.
Yeah, I know. That's what
Well, there's some artists who, especially in the old days, Elvis, Sinatra, I mean, that's all they do is cover songs. You know, I mean, a lot of them are written for them, but they also do a lot of covers.
Yeah.
Linda Ronstadt, to me, is a good cover artist. She did a lot of stuff.
Sure.
Did she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I probably don't know a lot that they
Absolutely.
were covers. I mean, Like
When
what?
Will I Be Loved was Everly Brothers. She
Oh.
did Buddy Holly. She did Elvis Costello.
man, she had a voice, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
look,
loved her.
I know this guy. He was on last week. Let's see what's
Johnny
Johnny got to
G.
say. What's up, Johnny?
What's up? So I've got a question
Yes.
I want to pose to you guys about covers. Do you prefer a cover that is true to the original, like pretty exact, or do you want someone to just completely flip it and make it?
So this is where we differ.
True to the original, to me, has very little purpose. Why are you doing it, you know?
Yeah.
If you're just showing homage, you love the song, that's fine, but you don't need to record it. I'll hear the original.
And
So
that's-
that's what we argue about, like
That's
Aerosmith.
we disagree
Van
on this quite a
Halen.
bit because
Not
I actually
argue.
like when a band does it pretty straightforward, straight ahead.
Yeah.
Because it is. It's like, okay, here's a song that I like or maybe I'm okay with, but I don't love, and then there's my favorite band covering it. You know, it's really special to me. They don't necessarily have to bring something. Look at Bud. This is Bud the Shop Dog here making his appearance. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's our director, the director of marketing out there at Rescue Wood Rehab.
So are you going to
right
tell
there.
me you like Aerosmith's 3 Beatle covers better than the Beatles versions? It's okay if you tell me.
Come Together, yes. The other two, not better, but I do love them. I do love them. Come Together, I think, is better.
I do like their version of that.
Yeah, it's really good.
I mean,
There's something
And it's a
about
bit
there's something
different.
about Steven Tyler's grit to it that he puts in it that just makes it for me.
But the music too is
Oh, yeah.
different enough.
Yeah.
well, my favorite voice in music is John Lennon, so
Yeah,
obviously.
that's not gonna.
We already know
not
how
gonna
this
win
is
any points.
going.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, I do have stuff about the Beatles and covers.
Oh,
Really?
let's see.
That's so shocking.
Zen
That's so
says one of
shocking.
his favorite covers is Disturbed's version of The Sound of Silence. They really made that their own. Oh, Johnny, real quick, if you'll come back real quick. You know exactly what I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
What's your favorite cover?
Dave Matthews Watchtower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
There you
they
go.
they really kind of do their version of it.
They do, because he starts it out real slow tempo, and then it builds as
They
the song
build
goes
up
on.
and
Yeah,
it-
very.
A lot of energy
Very cool.
live too. I
Yep.
mean, seeing it live is just drastically. If you were to listen to it now, it'd be like pretty good.
All along the Watchtower you talking
All
about?
along. Yep.
You know Jimi Hendrix covered it. You saying
Yeah.
it's better than the Hendrix?
He's saying that he
You
prefers,
like it better than
he
that.
prefers it.
That's the debate. I mean, I think there are different.
I haven't heard Dave Matthews' version.
All right, before you go
But I
away,
can already
while I've got
decide.
you here, because this will add into the thing. So Zen wants to know which version of Sympathy for the Devil is everyone's favorite. So
original on that
Yeah,
one. I
original?
go original on that one. But
That
you don't like the Guns N' Roses version?
oh man, that E flat piece of I can't. I'm
Oh,
gonna get
no.
canceled here. The Stones
Oh,
did such a
no.
great
Just-
version
Oh, no. They did.
with
They
the
did. Yeah.
percussion and
I thought you were talking Maverick Rose version.
Hey, I cover it
that's-
too,
that's
man.
decent.
I cover it too. So
Keith Richards played the snottiest guitar. The snot was dripping off the strings. That was
to answer your question, it seems like the general consensus is that the Stones did it right the first time. That is the band. That is the song that sort of unofficially broke up Guns N' Roses. So we did talk about
Yeah.
that before.
I still hate
yeah,
but
I
yeah.
already had enough reasons to hate him without that. I didn't
Yeah.
even know about it.
Look at Bud, man.
Let's
He's
go
so-
with your brother's Disturbed.
Yeah. Sound of Silence.
Because I love Simon and Garfunkel,
Yeah.
and their version is iconic and fantastic. But
The Disturbed
yeah,
version of Sound.
he
yeah.
did his own thing, and it was very powerful. So
It is
I
moving.
do like it.
It is moving. Yeah,
Very good.
Not better to me. Not better than the
Right.
original, but very good. Very good version.
I'd say
Absolutely.
And
they're
sometimes they
equal.
can both just be good, right?
That's right. That's
Yeah.
exactly right. Yeah.
No,
and
I
it's,
agree.
mean, music isn't a competition. It's art. I mean,
Right.
you say, hey, I like this, and you may like something, and somebody else does. It's
Right.
opinion. It's subjective.
It's
but,
very subjective.
Yeah.
It all is.
But I agree. So
I'll
yeah,
mention 4 iconic
yeah, some of your
covers.
favorites. Yeah.
Mr. Tambourine Man, Birds Doing Dylan, All Along the Watchtower,
Didn't Jim Croce do that too?
Jimi Hendrix. Probably, I wouldn't put it past
I
him.
think he did.
Respect, Aretha doing Otis Redding.
Yep.
And Janice doing Me and Bobby McGee. Those are, there's others, but those are 4 that just come to mind.
So one of my favorite covers is a little off the beaten path, and I just want to. I'll go ahead and announce it now. In season 2, so we've got after tonight, we got 2 more episodes in season 1. We're gonna take a 1-week break, and then we'll come back with season 2, and we're gonna kind of retool things. I said tool.
Don't
we're
we
gonna
have 3 more after tonight?
This is the 10th episode, and we're going to 12. So we'll do 11 and 12. So we'll have 2 more episodes after this. So
We probably should put that on our calendar.
Who had the first album of the week?
Maverick.
yeah. Well, we didn't. The very first episode, we didn't have an album of the week.
Oh.
That's right.
So you're going to get
So,
screwed out of it.
what we're going to do is we're going to take a 1-week break, and then we're going to come back. And one of the things that we're going to do is we will start doing a deep dive into a specific artist, songs, albums, things that really mean a lot to each of us individually, and we'll be doing that. And one of the things that I'm going to talk about is the Manic Street Preachers, because a lot of people here in the States don't know about them, haven't listened. Jim had not experienced their music. They do a fantastic cover of the theme from MASH. And it's
Really?
really nice version of the
Oh,
theme
that's
from MASH.
interesting.
And they bring all the lyrics in. There's great guitar work. Bass is fantastic. Nicky Wire on bass. Nicky's probably one of my favorite bass players of all time. Fantastic guy.
So I never heard of these guys, and doing the radio show with Maverick, every time he played a song by them, which was almost every week, I always liked it.
Yeah.
Except for like 1 week that weirdly produced one. But
And we will talk about it later once we get into season 2.
Yeah.
But they have one of the more endearing unsolved mysteries of rock and roll as well. They got some mystique
Ooh,
behind the
now you
band, so
have
we'll
me
get to talk about that.
intrigued.
Yeah, so I'll bring in all the Manic Street Preacher stuff in season 2. So that's
I'm
something for you
intrigued.
to get a hold of there. So what's your favorite cover song? What do you like?
Well, now that we're talking about covers, I don't know if this completely counts. So it was a Kennedy Center honors where
Yeah.
they have other people sing.
Right.
Right. And this one, I don't know when it was, not that long ago, was a Heart
Okay.
doing Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
probably
Amazing.
It's more
Absolutely.
than amazing. If
Absolutely.
you haven't seen it, go on YouTube.
Gives you goosebumps.
Go on YouTube and watch it. They bring out a full choir.
Mm-hmm.
And John Bonham's son.
Yep.
I don't know his
Jason.
name.
Jason Bonham. Yep.
Plays guitars, and it brought Led Zeppelin to tears.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just. It is. It does. It gives you goosebumps.
It does.
It is that freaking good.
Absolutely.
It is unbelievable what they did with it. Have you seen it?
I've heard it, and I agree it's very good.
It is unbelievable.
And to add in my snark, I'd rather hear someone else sing it rather than Mr. Plant anyway.
Wow. Okay.
Well,
So-
they knocked it out. It was just
Actually,
unbelievable.
he does a decent job on
Yeah.
even Robert Plant.
I also like, it's interesting because quite a few bands do entire albums of covers. So like Weezer did that. Reliant K had an album called K is for Karaoke, where it's basically like them pretending that they're doing karaoke. Placebo did a covers album. There's a lot. Ozzy did one back at the like 2000, 2001, something like that. He did like Mississippi Queen, In My Life, like a bunch of different.
Some
Really
do
cool.
whole albums. The Smithereens did Tommy and Meet the Beatles.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Well,
Yeah.
aren't
Do you
there
like the
pe-
Smithereens? You like the Smithereens?
do.
Yeah, they're good.
And aren't there people who like look back and do covers of like from the 50s or 60s where they
Yes.
do?
Yeah. Bring stuff
Yeah.
into the and
Yeah.
that was something that like when Van Halen started out, they were a cover band. They were a party band. They played everybody else's music. There's
Right.
bootlegs of them doing Aerosmith and everything else. And
Oh,
then
I'd love to hear
their
that.
Diver Down album is like half covers. That's where you get Pretty Woman and Dance in
Oh.
the Street and all those different covers that they did.
I didn't even think
So-
about that.
And they cover. I think
covers,
they cover
yeah.
3 or 4 different Kinks songs in the course of their career. But they did the same kind of thing. They were so that when people heard it, the younger generation heard it, they didn't even know there was an original.
Right.
You know, they're just like, oh, they did this song, and it's like, not exactly.
The good
And
songs
what Led
come
Zeppelin's
back.
first 2 albums were just rips off of different blues songs, basically.
Yeah, it was kind of authentically their thing. The only thing they did wrong was not giving credit initially.
Yeah. They're just like, oh, that's mine.
That's
now.
ours. That's ours. That's ours.
That's right.
So the Beatles, speaking of cover bands, when they used to play in Hamburg, Germany, they'd play 7 nights a week, 8 hours a night.
Just like me and you.
Yeah. So they were doing a ton of covers, and some they stuck on their early albums, which I really like Please Mr. Postman was the Marvelettes. You Really Got a Hold on Me
Oh,
was
and the
Smokey
Carpenters did that one,
Robinson.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chains, Baby It's You, Twist and Shouts, they're one of their famous covers from the Isley Brothers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's not theirs.
No?
See?
See, there you
I'm
go.
one of those
That's
people.
a
I
perfect
didn't know.
example.
Yeah.
Of,
And as far as covering the Beatles, it is generally folly, but Mamas and the Papas did a good version of I Call Your Name. Stevie Wonder did a pretty good We Can Work It Out. And Ray Charles did some of the covers in his Soulful Man. So when someone does it different than that, I
Chet
think it's
Atkins.
legit.
Yep.
I like when they're different.
Oh, yeah, there's like Chet Atkins playing Beatles and somebody did like the whole Abbey Road thing, a Motown band. Who the heck was it? I can't think.
Sometimes we'll be here and people shout out, "Hey, do the White Album," and you just go into the
Usually just side one. I don't want to overdo it.
yeah.
All right.
So that actually brings up something good. So we're talking about other people covering. We are basically professional cover artists. That's
Yeah.
That's what I do for a living. That's what Jim does for a living. And Jim and I play all over the triangle. So you can go over to MaverickRoseMusic.com. Let's see, where's the go over to MaverickRoseMusic.com. My schedule's there. I think Jake manages my website there. So whenever Zen sets up the if he sets up the calendar, then it's right. Is it right, Jim? Have you checked the calendar?
You got to change the open mic to 8 to 12, Jake.
There you go.
And well, I was going to say you got to dump the radio show.
But
and
no,
put this
we'll
in.
be picking
How
a radio
soon
show
is
back
that?
up.
Well, then we'll talk about
I
that.
don't think
later.
We'll talk about that later.
Yet.
So.
No,
I don't think
where
we're
are
talking
we?
about that yet.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
We're not talking at all here.
that's right.
It's funny how we try not to talk before the show.
Yeah.
so that we don't.
So as professional cover
Are we done?
artists, I think we're done with that specific portion of his notes. So, but
I don't
no,
think
as professional cover artists,
Yeah.
we experience a lot of different things. I will say that.
Well, I that's a question I have
Yeah.
for musicians.
Well, we're
like
getting into local music, so we're segueing right into that, right? Kind of.
I was trying to do it more
exactly what I
subtly
was
than that, but
doing.
yeah, that is exactly
That's
what's
kind of what
happening
I was
right now.
thinking, Jim,
Yeah.
before you pointed it out.
Put the meat on the table
So
now.
let's put another hard stop in.
We
This
didn't,
segment is now local
we
music.
didn't have to,
All right.
but that's my question about
Well, we
local.
don't have to belabor it. Let's move on.
All right, yeah,
Right.
let's just move on forward. My question is, because you all just said you guys are cover musicians a lot, do you have to be when you first start out as a musician? And Johnny, you can chime in if you want on this too. Is it kind of a requirement, or people won't really come see you or know you?
I think it depends on how hungry you are.
Yeah, it depends
Yeah.
what you're
If you
doing.
if you want to eat, it depends on the market. Here in the Triangle, cover songs are where you make your money.
Yeah.
But there are markets, you know, there's a good argument to say, like in Nashville or Austin, they're looking for more authentic, you know, singer-songwriter type stuff.
Right.
The scene in LA, particularly 80s, 90s, whatever, Seattle in the 90s, they would have kicked you out if you're playing cover songs. They wanted that original stuff. Our market here, that's not really the case.
Yeah.
And it just depends. How hungry are you? You know, do you want to make this as a living? And that's where we are. It's not that we don't write music and that we don't have our own stuff and things
Right.
that we do, but to make a living at this level, you know, then yeah, there's a lot of cover music that goes on.
Right.
Absolutely.
And people are disappointed sometimes if you don't play a lot of covers, right?
And
I don't
maybe
mean-
they're even disappointed with the covers that you play.
I
There's
don't
a
mean
lady
that
that
to
comes
you.
up, Jim's in the middle of singing and playing a song, and this lady comes up and gets this close to something. She's like, can you? You guys are fantastic. I love you. You guys are fantastic. You're doing an amazing job. Can you do something different though? You're the best. You're the best that I've ever heard. But I would really like it if you didn't play what you're playing right now.
And how do you react to that, Jim?
I just kept playing.
What do you do? Like, and they're usually hammered. It's usually
Yeah.
you know some drunk Karen.
And are people always
all
bringing
respect.
out like, play us something we can dance to?
Not
Yeah.
some, but a lot of
usually
times
not
it's
an issue.
a lot of times with us, it's you know, I will have full eyeliner on and skin tight pants and like my shirt half off, and they'll be like, "Can y'all play some country music?" You are at the wrong concert. I'm sorry. Like I
You
am
guys
not
are
that
so
guy.
anti-country.
We played two kinds of music, rock and roll.
I got into a debate. This guy was drunk and he's like wanted to fight me like on stage. He actually waited in the parking lot for me after.
Oh
I
my
was done.
God.
But I got into a debate with this guy one night because I was like, he was asking. I don't remember what it was. Some country song, and I was like, I don't know it, man. I bet you do. I was like, yeah, I know it, and I'm just not gonna play it just to tick you off. And I was like, look, would you go to a Guns N' Roses concert? He'd be like, no, but I bet Slash could play a lick, brother. Man, I'm trying to work. I don't go to your office and
Trying to
sit
make
down
a
at your
living.
desk. You know, let me do your job for you.
That's a
Like-
good point. Like, that's one of the few jobs that people can actually harass you
Yeah.
and get away with it.
And
Right?
But I want to be very clear. I am thankful to the people that come out to the shows, and I don't want to sound overly self-important. At the end of the night, I am a living jukebox. It is my job to play what people want to hear, to entertain those people, and if I'm not doing that, I'm not doing my job.
Right.
The issue is it's usually one drunken person. It's not the whole room. The rest of the room's having a great time. In fact, I had two different, like, people in the audience almost getting a fight with each other because one was like, I want to play this. They're like, shut up, he's doing a great job. I like what he's playing. And it's, you know, it happens. Johnny, you going to chime in here, man?
So
I'm sure you've seen it too.
question for the musicians here. Do
Yeah.
you find yourself playing a cover that you play it anyway, but you're like, you're cringing while you're playing it?
I
You're
know
just
the
like-
answer to that one.
Yeah, every time I play Wagon Wheel.
I knew that was coming.
For me, it's Breakfast at Tiffany's, but
Oh, okay. I'll make
It's a
sure to
good-
request that every
good song,
time now.
but it's-
Why do you
Yes.
guys dislike those songs so much?
it's a little too ezy. And I've played it before, and people are singing along, and then someone comes up after and says, "Never play that song again."
Yeah.
Who's that by?
Deep Blue something.
Deep Blue something, yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
The '90s one-hit wonder kind of thing. So,
Yep.
but
Yeah, thanks, man. And yeah, for Wagon Wheel,
I
the
knew
issue,
yours was
yeah,
gonna
the
be
issue with
Wagon
Wagon Wheel is that it's got that line in it: "If I die in Raleigh, I will die free." So Raleigh being one of the points of the triangle, everybody lost their minds over it. You had to
Right.
play it like 5 times a night. When I first started hosting open mic out here, somebody would play it, and then the very next person would get up and play it, and then the next person would get up and play it. It's like we've heard this song like 8 times tonight already.
Yeah.
And
It's just overplayed.
you're right. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a great song. Bob Dylan wrote it. Old Crow Medicine Show finished it, and then Darius Rucker covered it and had a hit with it. So there
Right.
you go. That's a cover song as well.
Yeah.
But the issue became, even if I would give in and play that song one night, 30 minutes later, a drunken person go, "Can you play Wagon Wheel again?" One night, this lady put like a dollar. She made it real crisp. She was like, "It's $1."
She was so proud of it.
Yeah, and nothing wrong. I'm thankful for every look. If I get a penny, I'm happy. Like it's not, No. But this lady puts this crisp dollar down there. She's like, "Can you play Wagon Wheel?" And I was like, I played it 30 minutes ago, ma'am. She reaches back in the tip jar and gets the
No.
dollar back out and puts it back in her pocket and walks
Oh
away.
my! Oh my!
It's wild out here in these streets. That's really
I
the
try
point.
not to do covers I hate.
Yeah.
Because I play along
But he
with
plays with me
Maverick
all the
sometimes.
time,
No,
so-
no. Just some of them, not so much hate. Some of them aren't fun to play for whatever reason. Maybe
Yeah.
it's too simple or something. But mostly I have a good time playing.
Do you have one that you just hate playing but you play?
That I sing?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No. Okay.
He doesn't personally do that.
Yeah.
I play all kinds of stuff I don't want to play, but
Yeah, I'm not striving
Try to
for
balance it.
anything.
yeah.
So how hard is it as a local musician to have that be your full-time job, to pay you the income to be your full-time job?
It's a hustle. I try to tell people that. Like, the booking is the worst part. Like, trying to get, because no 2 venues do it the same way. If you're representing yourself and you don't have an agent, I mean, it is an absolute hustle. My first real job out of high school was selling used cars. It's a bigger hustle than selling used cars.
Wow.
It is.
Yeah. Because you're selling yourself all the time,
You
right?
are. And so you've got to believe in yourself, but as musicians, we're racked with self-doubt. So you've got to believe you can do this.
Right.
While everyone is looking at you and going, nah, we're not actually interested in you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Or you'll get to the point of almost booking it, and then they ghost you, or whatever. Or you hear
Right.
back from them 3 months later, and they go, yeah, can you come play tonight? It's like, no.
Yeah.
and then because you don't do that, you don't hear from them again. So I am
It's like
very
dating.
thankful.
It's
is.
like dating.
So I'm very thankful to the venues that I do have good relationships with, that I've been able to build up with. I've been doing this full time for 5 years now,
Which is amazing.
And,
He makes it work, which a
it
lot
is
of people
but it is
don't.
a hustle. It
In
is an
fact,
absolute hustle.
you've cut down your nights. You used to play like 5 nights a week.
Yeah, now I've kind of hooked up. We're doing the podcast, we're doing open mic, we're doing all kinds of things, kind of diversifying there. But yeah, it is an absolute.
It's
hustle.
hard, right?
It
It's
is, It is
hard.
tough. But I'm not stuck behind a desk.
Yep.
I'm not doing customer service. I am dealing with drunk people. It's a trade-off. Like, it's really high highs and low lows. When
Right.
it's good, there's nothing better. When it's bad, it's pretty bad.
And he's an entertainer. I accompany him. I sit on a stool and barely move. I am not an entertainer.
You say that, but people are entertained by you.
Oh, very much
How
so.
many
Very much
nights
so.
do people come up and they go, man, you've got that really cool, like, cool as a cucumber. Like, this dude's like losing his mind around you, and you're just like cold as ice back there, man. Like,
Anti-tainer.
that's right. That's right.
Anti-tainer.
Who's that back there, man? Step up to the
Oh,
mic, tell
come
people
on up.
hello.
That's Ed.
I know the people out
We're
here.
talking
know.
about
Dave.
cover songs.
It's me.
Look at Dave. That's
Hey.
Dave from Strange Invitation out there. Hey, man, are you on the
Jim.
list for tomorrow night?
Tomorrow, not yet.
Put you on the spot. Yeah, go ahead and sign up, man.
Go ahead.
You guys can all, if you're watching out there, you can come check out Dave and M, man. They'll play for us at open mic.
Yeah, we will. We will.
A strange invitation.
Jim is a very special type of entertainer. He's an anti-tainer.
That's yes, absolutely.
All right.
That's it. That's the line.
in the-
I'll
I
go
love
with that.
The
I like
entertainment.
that.
love
I
it.
like
All right,
that.
thanks a lot, Dave.
But people love Jim.
Yeah, man.
People love you on here
They do.
because your personality is shining.
He's
through.
authentic.
Yeah.
That's
You
what
are. Oh, that is a
that's what
great word.
His
You are very authentic.
authenticity is strong.
Very much. You're Jim.
I
Just
wanna-
Jim.
The thing I like is studio because I can get it perfect or as close to perfect. Live, I'm never happy with anything I do, vocals or guitar.
Would your dream have been to be a full-time studio musician?
No,
No?
not a studio musician, a writer and recording artist,
Ah,
which
okay.
I still plan to do. Damn it!
Well, you're releasing. You're releasing. Look what's happening May 7th.
Yeah,
That's right.
On your
The
72nd
website.
Well, that's
birthday.
just a plea to the world to let me do my thing before I croak.
Yes.
I don't need any money. I just need studio time
Did you
like
say
it.
Eddie Money?
He doesn't
I
need
love
any
Eddie Money, man. No,
and sandwiches.
that's right.
All right, where are we?
So, sorry, talking about really quick, I want to go back because you were talking about covers that you hate, that people don't, that you don't want to play. I was unaware of this. So I've done shows with a good friend of ours, Steve V.
Yeah.
He's played with us as a group. Johnny and I have played with him. I used to do shows with him all the time. And I had just started playing with him. And I occasionally cover Billie Jean by Michael Jackson.
Okay.
And I start playing it, and he literally takes his guitar off and sits it down and walks off the stage.
Does he really?
And I just keep playing, get through the song. At the end of the gig, I was like, what is that about, man? I was like, is that a protest? Like, you don't like Michael Jackson, like the accusations,
yeah.
like all the kids? He goes, no, I just didn't get into music to play Michael Jackson. And I was like, oh, okay. He was like, it's not got anything to do, it's not a protest or whatever. He's like, I did not learn to play guitar so that I could sit there and play
Guess he
Michael
was
Jackson
taking a
songs.
stand, huh?
So
Taking
he
a
let me know
stand.
real quick. That was not a thing.
That's too funny.
I don't even do that when you do Guns N' Roses.
I know.
You just
I just
sit very stoically.
Play right along.
And Jim, that's a
Don't
really
look
good
on my
point that you bring up because I've got the sick burn of the week, and it's
Ah.
Guns N' Roses.
Oh.
So
There's your other segue there.
there's your other segue.
didn't even know
I'm
it.
trying to do really smooth transitions, but we've got to talk about it apparently. So, all
We'll
right.
stop.
With the sick burn, no, it's good. With the sick burn this week, I want to talk about. There's a song on Use Your Illusion 2 called "Get in the Ring." And Duff McKagan wrote that song, and Axl put a lot of the words to it, but they literally take a shot at the entire music media. So,
yeah?
like, they call out Hit Parader, Spin Magazine, Kerrang, like, all this stuff, and they're like, you're printing lies instead of what we actually said. The song created a lot of controversy because there was quite a bit of profanity in it. It's pretty. I won't
know
quote
it?
most of the song.
I don't know it, yeah.
But it's basically Axl is like, look, if you got something to say, fight us. Like, literally, let's fight. And I believe Bob Guccione Jr. Actually accepted it. He was like, okay, we'll do a fight for charity or whatever, and was going to set up
Was
a
that
ring.
the Hustler
And we're
guy?
gonna- his son.
His son.
And there's a
Okay.
line in there where he's like, I'm going to clean it up a little bit, but he's like, you're just mad because your dad gets more girls than you, or whatever. It's not exactly how he worded it, but it's a whole thing. He's like, so you want to come after us? We're trying to do our things. And it's also a bit of a time capsule because in the song, he talks about the fact that the kids are going out and paying their hard money to buy these magazines to learn about the bands.
Right.
And then the media is pumping them full of a bunch of crap, which you don't have to, you think about it now, and it's like, no, I just go to the internet.
Didn't
or I go
happen
look
then.
it up on YouTube where the band addresses me directly from their website. But back then, you didn't have that. You literally went to the store and you bought the magazine to learn about the bands.
Yep.
And so, yeah, they took a shot at the music media on
That did
Use
not
Your
endear
Illusion
them,
2.
I'm sure,
Yeah.
to
No,
the
it was
media.
pretty
Yeah.
ugly. And the song is, it's
Very
graphic.
graphic.
It's straight up, yeah.
Well,
Very-
geez, I do feel bad that Guns N' Roses was getting some bad press. Poor guys.
Jim was
Poor
writing it.
millionaires, I feel for them.
Jim was writing it. He was writing it.
So yeah, if your ears will allow it, maybe check out "Get in the Ring" because that's a pretty sick
Get
burn.
in the
against-
Ring?
Get in the ring. It's
Okay.
the fifth song on "Use Your Illusion 2." So
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
So
From-
they didn't fight, though.
they did not. Axl did not. Axl fought a
Financially,
lot of other
fin-
people. He kicked some cameramen in the face.
Yeah.
He jumped. He and Vince Neil got into it. That's right.
Probably financially they took
Yep.
a hit, though. Maybe.
Yep.
Or maybe it was better. I don't know.
Yeah. So
Did you ever see the movie? It's about a boy who turns into a snake. That's what Axl
That's the
reminds
name
me
of the
Yeah.
movie?
Snake Boy, Axl Rose. Yeah, he could have played it without any
he
makeup.
copied that from the Monkees, man. What are you talking about? That's the Monkees dance.
Oh, Davy Jones used to
Yeah.
sway a little,
Yeah,
but,
that's
but
where
not
you
in
got
that
that from.
sickening manner.
Oh,
Well-
yeah. no.
Well,
You do it pretty good, though.
I try.
You do.
That's right.
You do very well. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to move on from our sick burn to our very nice
The vinyl.
which is Billy
Billy Joel.
Joel, Songs in the Attic.
Songs in the Attic.
A live album tonight.
Yeah, and with
awesome.
lots and lots of good songs
That's
on
right.
it.
So talk to us about it, Darcy. Why'd you pick
So-
this
well,
one?
I
That's
love
it.
Billy Joel.
Yes.
He's my top 3.
We do have that in common.
Yes, we do. And there are some epic songs on here.
Absolutely.
Like, he really put out just some really, I don't know if they're ballads, but they're,
Mm-hmm.
what would you call them? Like they just, Captain Jack.
They're
and,
anthems to me.
Oh,
there's
that's a good
songs
way
that,
to
like, there's
put it.
songs that you again, I know we talked about this before, but like music is a time machine.
Right.
And these are like absolute marker songs where you go, this was playing when I was driving down this
Right.
street, or I was on my way to prom, or I was doing, XYZ. And it hits you.
They're long and they're epic and
Yes.
they tell a story.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's
relatable.
He's a storyteller.
He is an excellent storyteller.
He is a storyteller, and it's just one of these songs are just so. They're not these short little catchy commercial songs.
No.
At all.
That's right.
At all. And I just love that they're kind of like power anthems, man.
And one of the things, and not on this album, but one of the things I love about Billy Joel is, again, his authenticity, his honesty. He talks about in the song, The Entertainer.
Right.
He talks about, I gave the best years of my life to the song, they cut it down to 305.
Right.
Like, and there is that push from the radio. And this is before they got a hold of him, where he
Yeah.
was still allowed to do what he wanted to do.
This was in the 80s.
And he could do, right.
Yeah.
What is 82, 81, 82, something like that? Early
Something
80s?
around there, yeah.
And so coming off all of the 70s Billy Joel stuff
Yeah.
into the 80s Billy Joel stuff where things did kind of become commercial for a little bit.
Right.
Uptown Girl and the Blue-Eyed Soul type
A
stuff.
little bit too much, yeah.
Which I still love.
Yeah.
But it's a different direction.
It is. But
Yeah.
these songs,
But
they're
these
are
absolutely.
just powerful.
Yeah. Miami, Say Goodbye to Hollywood,
that.
all this stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm curious as to what you thought, because you're not really a big Billy Joel fan, are you?
Not big. I like some of his stuff. I'd never heard Miami.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was brilliant. It was
Isn't it
really
good?
good? Very powerful, well performed. Yeah, I'd never heard that, and that's a special song. So, I never knew he wrote something like that. And the other one, the drug one, what was that called? Captain Jack.
Captain Jack.
That was good. I didn't so much like the Billy the Kid one.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? Oh, Say Goodbye. That was okay.
Yeah.
They're just these. I love that you said anthem or epic or
Yeah,
they're
they are.
they're just power and they're not commercial. Although Captain Jack was a huge hit,
Yeah.
but they're not commercial. They're not your typical commercial
Radio,
catchy,
made for radio. Yeah, with
catchy
with a
little
hook in there
yeah.
just to get it done.
Yeah, I mean he just he was unapologetically him.
That's one of the things that, again, not on this album, but one of the things that hits me with Billy Joel in general. He's great for laying a scene. And I'm thinking of like Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, even Vienna. Like there are
Yep.
these songs where he creates a world, and then you inhabit it.
Yes,
It's really cool.
That's a great way to
it's
say
really
it,
cool.
yeah.
It is. It's a
he
storytelling.
draws
thing.
you in. He is a storyteller
Yeah.
for sure.
And they did the musical where it was kind of all the
Yep.
different stories sort of intertwined
Yeah.
with the music and everything. Yeah. Very
And there's
cool.
so many that you could do with that. And
Yeah.
I think this obviously this is a lot of his, not hits, but
Yeah.
his.
Well,
very
yeah. I mean,
known.
it's a live concert, so this is what you would have heard at the time if you had
Right.
gone to one of his shows.
And I just think
and it
they're
is.
just epic. And
The
they're
band
just-
was good.
Yeah.
The guitar player's solos left a little to be desired, I thought, as
I
far
think
as
he's had that band,
intention.
since the 70s.
And his sound was a little not biting enough, but
Yeah.
the band was good.
But he
drummers
just
are-
writes such great
Yeah,
songs.
and
Yeah.
he played some mean piano live too.
Mm-hmm.
He does. He really does. So.
Yeah, so that opened my eyes a little about Billy.
Oh, I like that. That makes me happy.
That's
All
right.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. So hopefully you're playing along there at home, and we like
Heard
to do
something
that.
maybe you didn't know?
Yeah, check them out.
Yeah.
And if you didn't last week, then go ahead and check out Songs in the Attic this week.
Yeah.
Billy Joel's fantastic.
Oh, he
Yeah.
is.
And
He
you've
is.
seen him.
Multiple times,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
And with Elton John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be on TV.
for the
Right.
Madison Square Garden as final residency.
I think
show.
like this week, right?
I think so.
Yeah, pretty sure.
I will
It was
watch
during
that.
the eclipse, so I missed it.
There you go.
Oh, let's see. What do we got for next week?
Who's
I've got
next week?
I've
Is it
got
you?
Next week, I do. So we're
I
gonna
kind of saw the back of it, and
do
I think I know what it is.
Sticky Fingers by the Rolling Stones, which I actually wanted to do our first week out, and I pulled back on it because we're going to have to address the first track on the album, which is Brown Sugar, and they won't play that anymore. We'll talk about that when that happens. But I don't want that to
I don't think
overshadow.
I know the
I don't
lyrics
want
to
to
that.
overshadow the rest of the album. It is a fantastic album. I wish it was an original. The original had the zipper here. We'll go into all that next week.
Oh, that's so cool.
Next week we're going to be talking about Sticky Fingers.
I got to be honest. I saw the back of it, and I thought it was Bruce Springsteen
Oh yeah.
because it's a similar
Which it was
look on the back.
Anyway, we almost got Born in the USA. That was,
Okay.
I thought about that as well.
All right.
But anyway,
Okay.
so Sticky Fingers. You listen at home, and we'll be talking about that next week.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right, so that will conclude our very nice vinyl for the week. It is now time for a segment that we like to call Talk Doggy to Me.
Everyone's favorite.
Everybody's favorite. We got Hobo here from Pawfik Match
Where's
this week.
Hobo?
Where's Hobo at? Yeah.
Bring Hobo on camera.
Let's see if we can we get him? He's going to be too short, I think. We've got one here,
Over here.
all the way over here. And then, whoop.
Oh
Try
my
to get him
gosh.
in here. Yeah, there he is.
Oh my gosh.
Hey. What's up, Hobo? All right.
Look at that baby. He's
His
playing the
tail
guitar
is
with his
just going.
tail.
So yeah, if you would please tell us a little bit about Hobo. How long have you been fostering with him?
So we've had Hobo about 6 weeks now.
Uh-huh.
He was with his previous foster in South Carolina since June of last year when
wow.
she found him at a gas station.
Aww.
He was with a friend, and she looked in her rearview mirror, and they were following her car, so she pulled over, and she's a foster for Maverick Match. So we got him in. She got him into the system with them, and we picked him up about 6 weeks ago from South Carolina.
Awesome. So is he your first foster with Maverick Match?
He
Have you
is
been-
my first
Okay.
foster.
So
So
tell
we
us a little bit about your experience with.
We adopted from Maverick Match about 4 years ago, and
Congratulations,
I
yeah.
had an older dog who passed away in January.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And we always said that we would foster if once my older dog was gone, right? So.
Bud.
So when Debbie put something out on Facebook,
Oh, easy.
All right.
he is a really good dog.
That's not him. That's our dog.
That is that
That's
one.
our
That
dog.
was
Okay.
Bud.
That is Bud. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. My dog does that to him from time to time as well.
No.
So Debbie put out a call. They needed
Yes.
fosters, so we just volunteered. We live out by Jordan Lake, and
Okay.
people dump dogs out there all the time.
Yes,
So
unfortunately,
it
yeah.
breaks my heart. I would take every single one of them I could, but
Absolutely.
so that's how we ended up with Hobo, and
Gotcha.
it's really been a great experience.
How old is
Yeah.
he?
He's between 3 and 4. It's
Okay.
really hard to tell.
Yeah.
Some sort of like lab terrier mix. I don't know. The vet called him a Carolina dog.
Yeah.
People think he's got pit bull. People think he's a lab. You know, it's just.
And it doesn't matter. He's
Nope.
just an awesome
Oh,
dog.
no,
But he
he's
is
a- he's a-
absolute sweetheart, and his tail's already up wagging again.
Yeah.
He's excited, so just roll with the
He's a
punches. there.
52-pound lap dog.
That's beautiful.
His favorite thing at night is to put his head in your lap and then lay on his back with his legs up in the air and go to sleep.
Oh my God, so cute.
So please, if you are out there in the internet, please go over to pawfikmatch.org. You can check out Hobo. They have other adoptable dogs there as well, males, females, singles, doubles, triples. If you are not able to adopt, then please consider fostering. It does save lives. From there, you can also donate. They have the Amazon wish list up, as well as their Venmo and Cash App and various other ways that you can donate. And if you're not able to do those things, you can always volunteer. The rescue
Yes.
is looking for handlers and other types of volunteer work all the time. So just go over to
Yes.
pawfikmatch.org. If you are local to our area, they are always in need of help. It is rewarding. You are saving lives out there with every step that you take. Thank you so much for
Thank
fostering.
you.
as
Thank
well.
you
Yeah,
guys so
so,
much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely,
Thank
definitely.
you.
And thank you for bringing Hobo out. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
that. Yeah. So do go over there, check Hobo out, check out their other adoptable
Yep.
dogs. Absolutely fantastic. So we love all the wonderful people over there and the animals there at Pawfik Match. And if you are not local to our area, then please check out the animal rescues in your area.
and there's so many.
So many
There are
animals
so
in need of
many.
loving home. Even if you're not a dog person, there's cats. There's all different types of animals.
Bunnies.
I saw some bunnies up
A
for
lot
adoption.
from
Yep.
Easter right now, yeah.
Yep.
So
do what you can, where you can, please. And if you have not, please have your pet spayed or neutered, because
Absolutely.
the pet population is absolutely
that saves so
insane
many
right now.
lives.
Absolutely.
So many lives.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So, all right. I believe it is time for us to write a song.
I love this
I think
part.
that's the case.
I
All
love
right.
this part.
So we'll get set up here really quick. I need to give Jim connection for his guitar.
Oh, we didn't do that.
I did not do that. So give me just a
Need
second
help?
here. Yeah.
What do you need? Ooh, sorry. There you go.
All right.
Like I know what I'm doing with
so
this.
while Jim is
I just watch you guys do it.
he's got a pick in there
He's got a
someplace.
pick in his
That's
pocket.
right.
Ooh,
That's
there's
right.
a song. A pick in your pocket.
That's right.
There you go. That could be your
I
song.
like it.
Maybe not.
I like it.
Right?
Yeah. He's got to get tuned up here. So in the meantime, in between time, I do want to remind everybody we are over on patreon.com/the Maverick Rose Music Hour. That will get you early access to the replays of the show by 1 week. At the next tier up, you'll get some behind the scenes. We do live performances after the show here.
Which are amazing. You should come
Johnny
down for
had
it.
such a good time last week. He's going to come back and play again
Johnny's
for us
great,
tonight.
yes.
So he's going to hang out and play some music for
We're
us.
looking
And you never
forward
know what's going to happen during that live
And
performance.
thank you to our
segment after.
Patreon.
That's right. Thank you so much. Yeah, we've got all these new members. Olga just signed up.
Thank you, Olga.
We got Richard out there. And then all of our previous Patreons, we have Bill, Chris, Marty, all the different Patreons we got out there. So thank you so much. We do appreciate all of you. right, that's good, Jim. Go with that. Let's see. Yeah, give me some kind of bluesy like that. I like that. It was not a dog fight, even though it sounded real bad. It was not a dog fight, though Bud got a little mad. They did not make contact, but they made a ruckus and people got sad, I think, concerned. It was not a dog fight. Everybody's doing just fine. But Bud said, hobo, don't go near my mom. That lady right there, she's mine. And any dog gonna get famous on TV, it's gonna be me. That's what Bud said. He was like, get on off the screen, man. That's my show. I didn't invite you on. I don't know what the humans are doing, but they're messing things up right now.
Look at him looking all innocent over there.
That's right. Bud's chilling. But he is holding the spot. He's like, nobody's coming in the room anymore. Was not a dog fight, but it sounded pretty bad. To all the viewers at home, don't be worried. No one got too upset. It was all right. It just sounded really, they were very vocal about it. It was okay. Marty jumped right in and he was like, if anybody's getting bit, it's going to be me. So thank you so much for watching out there in YouTube land, or whether you're listening on Spotify, iTunes. That is a reminder, we are on Spotify, we are on iTunes, anywhere that you listen to podcasts. And we will transition over. That's right, we're going to transition over to the live performance segment now. We got Johnny G's going to play some music for us. So give it just a moment here. Thank you so much. Go over to Rescued Wood Rehab. That's rwrnc.com. Also check out Niche Wine Lounge.com. See all the events that are coming up. Jim and I and Darcy are wishing you to have a good night out there. So thank you so much for rocking with us. We will see you,
Thank you so much.
next Monday.
Thanks for letting us have this fun.
That's right.
Yeah.